With the thought of getting a victory on the road, the Timberwolves came into the arena tonight with a look of confidence. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. The wing set for him, Edwards and McDaniels. Naz Reid out there with Gobert. And for Toronto, they've got R.J. Barrett. Scotty Barnes is out there with Rob Williams. Then there's Emmanuel Quickley. And it's Ayton in at the 5 down low. Well, we're clearly in the very early stages of the season. Clark, in your playing days, how important was it that your team got off to a good start?
Hey, look, you want to start well. There's no denying that. But it always isn't about wins and losses. It's about how you're playing early on and also what kind of chemistry and habits are you establishing for the long run.
And here is Quickley. Pass to Williams. On the wing, Barnes. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist.
You know, I think Williams has a terrific future. A charismatic, likable kid who can be unselfish to a fault.
Quickly covering. Offensive rebound. Gobert can't hit. And Barrett has got the ball here for the Raptors. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
And that one was all about offensive execution, running your plays, picking your spots.
Yeah, you know, not deviating from the game plan is critical. You got to trust in the system.
Now here's Edwards after R.J. Barrett's miss. Edwards against Barrett. Just 5 on the clock. For 3, Edwards. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the
3. Pass to Barrett. Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. 6 to shoot. Quickly the bounce pass. Now here's McDaniels. He's tightly guarded. Good on the bucket.
McDaniels saying to himself, okay, you want to give me that? I'll take it.
Pass to Barrett. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. The shot that time, not on target. Great D that time from Edwards. Now, here's McDaniels. Quickly covering. Back to McDaniels. And Barnes sends it back.
You know, right now they're just 1 for 5. Rough start so far.
Barrett the pass to Quickly. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And you know, Greg, they call him IQ. Instant offense is Emmanuel Quickley.
Yeah, and he puts points on the board quickly. No pun intended. A volume three-point shooter and has a deadly little floater in the lane.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. And quickly drops them both. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Barrett against Edwards. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And Clark, what can you say about Anthony Edwards? Living up to that first overall hype. He has been spectacular.
Yeah, he has been, Kevin. I agree. Some were surprised he went first overall, but you look back at that draft, he was as good a #1 pick as any of them, and he's certainly proven to be worthy of that status.
2 shots. Max on the
The first one falls.
How about the work ethic of Anthony Edwards? Not to mention that linebacker build and the sweet shooting stroke, but what he wants most is to see his team succeed. That's what you love about AE.
And Edwards drops them both. Toronto, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Quickly the pass to Barrett. Count that one.
That's all the defense could do. Barrett just appeared determined to score. Didn't care who was on it.
Edwards with it. Playing Milwaukee, he was nearly unstoppable. Quickly covering. Rebound by the Raptors. This is their first chance this season playing the Timberwolves.
And with this matchup being an East versus West affair, it will be the first of only 2 meetings between the teams.
And, you know, there's always a bit of a feeling out process in that first game between opponents. A lot different than when you've played a team you're familiar with.
Basket good.
Boy, he's really feeling it right now, shooting a high percentage to start this game.
Outside Williams. Back to quickly. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
Now we get a chance to check out some numbers for Scotty Barnes.
How he performed last season. He put up about 13 points a game last season. 5 rebounds and 3 assists. The real story, though, is how big of an impact he makes on the defensive end.
Absolutely. I mean, he's a lockdown guy for him, both on the ball and when helping out.
And the first one drops. And quickly drops them both. For Minnesota, they've gone just 2 of 7 so far. A little bit of a slow start for them. Goes back up. Kicks to McDaniels. This one for 3. It's not going to fall. He's taken 4 shots and made 2. Here's Barrett from the baseline. Jump shot is good.
And you see the passing instincts Barrett has. Great at recognition out on the floor.
Here's Edwards. It's rebounded by Quickly. Toronto leading by 4. He feeds it to Barnes. And rebounded by McDaniels.
Boy, that is awesome defense, guys, against a capable finisher. Well done. I'm sure the coaches love that. He is 0 for his last however many this quarter, guys. Might need to get him out and let him settle down a bit here. He does not lack for confidence, and he shouldn't. I mean, this guy is a dangerous scorer.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Edwards passes to Gobert. And finished off by Gobert.
Capable of finding his open guys. Edwards getting better at improving his overall floor awareness. Nice to see.
Barnes looking around. Quickly with a wide open look. Basket is good. The assist from Barnes. Quickly's got 7.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
Now here's Gobert, coming in off a 10-point performance last game out. Shot clock at 6, 11 feet away. Edwards, that's good.
Flashing pretty advanced shot creation skills. I see many good defense, better offense moments in the future of Anthony Edwards.
So timeout called here, the first for Toronto. Miller's checked in for the Timberwolves. Now let's take a look at the most efficient scorers in the NBA from last year's campaign. Fourth, DeAndre Ayton.
Put the ball in the bucket. I mean, that's the name of the game, right? I mean, just ask him. He'll have the answer for you.
Now, quickly. 7 points in the game. Ayton finds quickly. And stolen by Miller. To the paint. Here's Edwards. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
That's his second.
You know, with his strength and body control, Edwards should be an and-one machine at this level.
The Timberwolves shooting their third free throw attempt of the game.
Yeah, and fairly decent a season ago, about 77% from the line.
And, guys, that's really an upgrade over how they shot last season. Not a huge upgrade, but an upgrade nonetheless.
And the Raptors going out now with a whole new group. Here's Dick. And the dunk by Dick.
Just so fast. I mean, it's like trying to stop a train when he's coming in for the slam.
And here's Edwards. He has 7. The pass to Miller. Here's Reed. Defended by Richards. Reed gets the bucket.
Man, what a pass that was there. He really relishes making the game easier for his teammates.
Here's Shepard. Richards with it. Pass to Dick. Toronto working the ball around now. 5 on the clock. Here's Shepard. Covered by Miller. And it's Shepard missing. Miller kicks to Edwards. Pass to Reed. And it's Clark in the corner. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. The Raptors have gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ballgame. Dick with it. Working on McDaniels. Dick passes to Horton Tucker. Clock at 6. Toronto needs to get off his shot. Reed with the block. And they're able to recover. And the whistle blew, so that'll be a shooting foul. Great defensive effort there with the blocked shot. But he got more than just the ball that time. Free throws coming up right now. So both teams making some changes here. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Raptors.
You know, in the early going, they've been effective scoring in the mid-range. And if it's falling, I say stay with it.
And it seems they've also put an emphasis on moving the ball, working to rotate around the defense and find those quality looks.
And the first one at the line is good. Gordon Hayward's checked in for the Timberwolves. Shake Milton comes in for McDaniels. He hits both from the stripe.
Making it look effortless. Send this guy to the stripe. He's going to cash in more than not.
Edwards dishes to Clark. Releases. As he pulls it in. Raptors leading by 4. Here's Rupert. Horton Tucker bounce pass. Here's Bassett. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Now here is Miller. No scoring in this one. Hayward, and it's blocked. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Reed's checked in. Raptors on defense. 6-point lead. 6 on the shot clock. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I got away with a lot of those in my playing days, but that was 40 years ago.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Now, here is Miller. Driving the lane. Good.
Miller. Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Passes it to Horton Tucker. No good from outside.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
Reed with the rebound. Reed's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Hayward outside. And there's the pass to Milton. Now here's Reed. Defended by Richards. It's blocked. Here's Rupert. He's covered by Clark. Takes it inside and stolen by Miller. Hayward right side. Shoots over Dick. That one off the back iron and out. Toronto leading by 6. Now Horton Tucker. Still yet to score. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
That's his first personal foul.
Yeah, drawing fouls and making them pay at the line.
Well, I love that attack mentality. Get in there and force the official to make a call.
First trip to the line for him here.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Horton Tucker. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
Yeah, a lot of whistles here early, as well as foul trouble starting to be an issue.
Yeah, that's a big reason they're trailing. You can't allow a parade to the free throw line and expect to be on top in the game.
Now, here's Reed. Another key contributor in that nice win against Milwaukee. Out to Miller. Lots of room. And he hits the jump shot. Miller's got his second basket.
Shake Milton.
Toronto leading by 6. Horton Tucker, the pass to Bassey. Back to Horton Tucker. It's good, he scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the flow.
Fast break Toronto. Launches the 3 and the basket by Rupert. And now it's an 11-point Raptor lead.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to sum it up. A little more sense of urgency.
Yeah, they've got to do a little more to disrupt their offensive rhythm, too.
Now, here's Reed. Shot clock at 6. Here's Milton. Oh, that's blocked. And they'll keep possession. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. – 12 seconds left here in the first quarter. Jake with it. With 1 on the clock. And so it's Toronto. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. Back right after this. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. What do you guys think about the Raptors here in this one?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you look at the energy, the effort defensively. They put it all out there in that opening quarter.
Coaches say, GA, the league has a problem when it's punishing the retaliators and not the instigators. Do they have a point?
Kevin, I think so. For any scuffle, it's worth asking who started it, and that's what we do in life normally, right?
On the court for Minnesota. Miller is out there with Gobert. Then it's Jaden McDaniels. And it's Clark in at the 2. Now here is Miller. Rudy Gobert missing his last shot. Clock at 4. Here's the drive. And again, Minnesota will turn it over. And here we can check out the score for DeAndre Ayton. And Barnes has got the ball here for the Raptors. They lead by 11, the largest margin of the game. Miller grabs the miss.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Thank you, Kevin. Well, Rudy Gobert is a fierce competitor. He says the average fan might not understand what I bring to the table, but the GMs in the league do. I want to be the best defensive player of all time. I want to be a force, and I want to win championships. I've got to set the tone every night. Kevin?
And he does. He is a stopper, no doubt about it. David, thank you. Now, here is Miller. Takes a 3. And it's Ayton with the rebound. Ayton's got his 4th rebound in this one. Now, here's quickly. On the wing, Barnes. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Timberwolves trail by 11. McDaniels passes to Miller. And a chance now to look at the schedule for the Raptors. On Sunday, they're taking on Clint Capella and the Dallas Mavericks. And then on Tuesday, they'll face off against Donovan Mitchell and the Cleveland Cavaliers.
And for their matchup with Orlando, it's the second game of a back-to-back, and you know they're going to be feeling the effects of it. Playing that much basketball in that short amount of time really takes a toll.
First one falls for him. Robert Williams, he's checked in for the Raptors. Both free throws good for Miller.
Really always a plus to have a big guy stroke it from the line like that. The soft touch on full display.
Barnes outside. And McDaniels with the block.
The length of McDaniels, a big factor at both ends.
Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Count that bucket.
The D was all over it. They just couldn't react in time to stop that quick reverse.
And the 28th pick in the 2020 draft, Clark, Jaden McDaniels has more than outplayed his draft position.
Yeah, you know, there were some question marks year one in college at UW, but you look at him now, hey, length, mobility, skill set, those are things that every team wants and needs. Boy, he has to put that one away. A solid opportunity gone awry.
And Ayton the bucket on the assist by Barnes. Ayton's got his second bucket.
And a strong showing of physical strength there from Ayton. Defenders have their hands full when he's around the rim.
Minnesota calls timeout. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Making a change here. Barrett's checked in, and a change for the Timberwolves. Edwards is checked in. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
The Timberwolves, they yet missed a free throw. 5 for 5.
One shot.
And that one misses. Raptors leading by 7. And for those of you just joining us in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by, out to Barrett. Here's Shepard. And they had their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but they still come up empty. Down low. Toronto grabs the miss. They've led by as many as 11 points. He dishes it to Barrett. The kick out to Williams. Back to Barrett. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Oh, Ayton in position. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And the impressive reach of Ayton. Lob it up his way, and he'll take care of the rest.
Quickly covering. Shot from 12. And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
He's been ice cold tonight. You know, you look at the scoreboard, guys, they really could have used his contributions.
Here's Barrett. Great D that time from Edwards.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
Bucket is good. Edwards got 9 points.
Boy, how about the strength of Edwards? Confident at taking on defenders and finishing.
Pass to Barrett. Over Edwards. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Back to Miller. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Williams. And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession.
A moment here now to see the numbers for Anthony Edwards. He's coming off an excellent season. 9th in scoring, and he ended up in the top 15 in steals as well. Some of the quickest hands in the league.
And back to his points per game average last year. He literally propped up the team's offense whenever they needed it. 6 to shoot. Here's Miller. The shot is good. And so is his shooting tonight. 3 for 4.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Well, the defensive rotations have been a step slow, and it's really helped them get that ball inside time after time.
Timberwolves trail by 7. Edwards looking it over. Fires the 3. Rebound by the Raptors. And here's Barrett. Last game, 26 points. To the right side. Shepard. And again, Toronto with the triple.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Oh, here's Edwards. And out of bounds as the Raptors gain possession.
That's just another mistake. I mean, they got it on autopilot, and they look totally dejected.
Raptors leading by 10. Here's quickly. He's got 9. Pass to Ayton. Minnesota with the rebound. Reeves got his 6th rebound on the night. Inside. Miller, no luck.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Floats it up for Williams, and it's Williams finishing it off.
What I really love about this kid, you know, Williams he's physical, he's explosive, and yes, he plays above the rim. He just brings that nastiness to the game.
Oh, here's Edwards. 9 points in the game so far. On the wing, Milton quickly covering. Reed. Another miss by Minnesota. Toronto's gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. Now, quickly. Passes it to Shepard. Ayton in the corner. And Ayton throws it down.
Dunking the ball is just second nature to Ayton. With the right positioning, he's a threat to throw it down.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
It's time now to look at the NBA's toughest defensive teams from a season ago.
I mean, they held opponents to so few points that it allowed them to win games even when their offense wasn't clicking.
Taking 2 shots.
He misses the free throw, so it's both teams making substitutions here. And the second free throw, good. What do you think of the league's most recent CBA, Greg, that 7-year deal just signed?
Well, Kevin, the NBA and Players Association both need to be commended. Labor peace through the rest of the decade. Most pro sports don't have this kind of stability.
They get it back. Williams, fouled in the act of shooting, gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Horton Tucker's checked in for R.J. Barrett.
One shot.
And Williams no good on that one.
And the energy of Williams, it's infectious. Amazing at using it to block shots, rebound, score, whatever they ask of him.
Floats one up. Williams with the block. Horton Tucker with it. Sinks that one from the post. Horton Tucker's got 6.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal. Boy, he's really been dominant in this one. Unfortunately, he hasn't had much help.
Here's Horton Tucker. Defended by Milton. Horton Tucker's shot is off. Timberwolves trail by 15. Hayward outside. Right wing. Back to Reed. The basket good off the assist from Hayward.
And, you know, Hayward's floor recognition and composure, really impressive. Knows precisely when to pass over to the open man.
Here's Horton Tucker. He has 6. And it's Rupert missing.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
Now, here's Milton. Still scoreless. Shot clock at 5. It's good from long range.
How about the amazing crossover there? Demonstrating exactly how dangerous he can be when he's got the rock in his hand.
Here's Rupert. Edwards defending. Here's Williams. Reed with the block. And he recovers it. Williams can't get it to go. Timberwolves trail by 10. Milton looking around to the wing right side. Reed the pass to Milton. Shoots over Horton Tucker. Here's Reed. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits. Reed's got 6.
Yeah, you know, the second period's been much more kind to him than the first. I mean, let's see if he can keep it going and maintain this.
And the Raptors call time here.
Yeah, things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
And you know what, guys? If for nothing else, just to slow things down a little bit, change it up somewhat.
He's checked in for Williams. Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Minnesota. Clark comes in for Edwards. Richards passes to Bessie. Raptors moving the ball around. Here's Dick. Defended by Hayward. Poked loose. Stolen by Reed. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Clark. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Clark's got his first points in this one.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
To the inside. Shot is good, and the Toronto lead is cut down to 4 on the bucket from Milton.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Here's Horton Tucker. Defended by Milton. Now Richards. He has yet to score. Here's Rupert. Reed with the block. And that one's good, Bessie.
As the game has gone along, they've gotten more and more aggressive on the back line.
Well, it's paid off with a greater rate of second chance hoops. I mean, great effort to build this lead on their part.
Gobert, and there's another one for the Timberwolves.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
20 seconds left in the first half of the game. Out to the right wing, and the pass to Horton Tucker. Here's Bassett. 6 points for him.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
And not afraid to put his body on the line either. He took a shot for the team in that situation.
For your home team, Scotty Barnes.
Hayward outside. Just 3 on the clock, and it's good on the layup. And now just a 2-point Raptor lead.
Over the years, we've seen Hayward get stronger. He's packed on some muscle, and it helps him on these physical finishes.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Toronto ahead. They lead by a bucket. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fans. What a pleasure it is to bring you into the 2K studios again. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Well, for Toronto, Kenny, how'd you feel about it?
Well, if you compare the assist numbers, you can see who's been the superior team. And they're playing a much better brand of basketball. That bodes well for them the rest of the way.
Shaq, what'd you think about Minnesota?
Well, their strategy to pound inside has worked well so far. I wouldn't get away from it if I was going up the second half plan. Keep working into the post, and you got to win that physical battle.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You know, Anthony Edwards has been exceptional here, guys.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of him.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Emmanuel quickly out there with R.J. Barrett. Then there's Ayton. Then it's Williams. And it's Barnes in at the small forward. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call it.
Now, here's Quickly. Misses the 3.
Clark, when you think of top rebounders today, Rudy Gobert is a name that comes to mind.
Yeah, he's super long and tall, but that's not just why he's such a dominant rebounder. He's got a real good knack for reading where balls are coming off, and the timing that he has is pretty impeccable, too. And even though he's north of 7 feet tall, he does a good job boxing out as well.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. The Timberwolves have gone Twin Towers with Karl Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert. Gobert says, I love playing with another dominant big because I've always thought that I could pass. I know that I can make guys around me better. Cat says, we complement each other. He's a generational talent on defense, and I think I'm a generational talent on offense. Kevin, I'm a generational talent on sideline reporting.
You are indeed, and that's why you are in Springfield. No argument here, David. Thank you. Toronto's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Pass to Barnes. Shoots over McDaniels. Set it up with the fake, but it's offline. Over in the corner, Edwards. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. The Raptors shooting a mediocre 41% in this one. Here's Quickly. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
All the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
No good on the free throw. And he's good on the second.
Not an A-plus trip to the line, but he did get them the lead.
The Timberwolves trail. Ayton against Gobert for the lead. He lays it in. He's got 6.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Now, here's Quickly. 10 points for him. Here's Ayton. And that one goes long.
Clearly out of sync to begin this half. 0 for their first 3 attempts.
Here's Edwards. Rebound by the Raptors. Quickly's got 4 rebounds in this game. Barnes, right side. Back to Quickly. Pass to Barrett. Gobert with the block.
This is what Gobert is known for. His ability to swat shots away with ease.
A nice shot by McDaniel.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Now, here's Quickly. The 11-footer, Rudy Gobert with the rebound.
Oof, ugly start to the second half. They're still scoreless in their first 5 attempts.
A nice shot by McDaniels.
Basically just ignored that contact inside. Really tough finish by McDaniels.
Passes it to Barrett. Back to Barnes. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. It's stolen by Gobert. Here's McDaniels. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got 6 rebounds in the game. Now, here's Quickly. He's got 10. Five to shoot. Trying to get something going. A rebound by the Timberwolves. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip. McDaniels in the post. He's covered by Ayton. Some solid defense from Ayton. Here's Barrett. Softly drops in the floater.
When defenses usually playing him to drive, Barrett's developed a nice little floater for when he can't get to the rim.
The pass to Gobert. Pass to McDaniels. Over Barnes. A nice shot by McDaniels. McDaniels got the lead up to 5 now for the Timberwolves.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Back to Quickly. Pass to Barrett. To the middle. Here's Ayton. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5-for-8 clip.
And this is where Ayton does the most damage. Inside, feels like he can score on anyone.
And the Timberwolves call time here.
Fans, please give a big round of applause for your damn team.
Fifth in steals, and they were top 10 in opponent field goal percentage. They did not give up a lot of easy looks on that side.
Greg, you brought up their fast break points. Their offensive system was all about tempo, never taking a break, wearing down the other team. Down low. Here's Reed, and it's blocked. And here's Barrett. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's on Anthony Edwards.
And at 6'7", Barrett with terrific positional size, which allows him to create problems for defenders down low.
Nick Richards, he's checked in for Toronto. And he makes the first.
And what you like about Barrett is his all-around game, a versatile guard / forward who wants to keep improving.
And so Barrett nails both of them. And so Edwards will bring it up for Minnesota. It's a one-point game. Passes to Reed. He kicks to McDaniels. Just 5 to shoot. Toronto grabs the miss. Richards got 4 rebounds now tonight. The pass to Barrett. Up and in on the layup. Barrett's got 6 here in this quarter.
And you like the toughness there. Barrett being more comfortable having to deal with an aggressive defense.
McDaniels with the ball. He's got 12. Now Gobert shoots from the block. And the basket good. A bank shot that time. He's got 8. Toronto's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Pass to Shepard. Reed with the rebound. Reed's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Defended by Richards. Pass to Reed. Fade away. And it's Toronto with the rebound.
You know, guys, you can tell he wants to contribute more, but his teammates have picked up the slack for him. That's what being on the team is all about.
Here's Shepard. Here's Richards. Nice hit again. And finally they hit one.
Well, I love the way he goes after it there. I mean, you've got to respect that. He's rewarded for his efforts of pursuing the ball.
And the Timberwolves call time.
Adjustments are a part of the game, and the coach sees something he doesn't like here.
And you know what? We'll see what changes he makes coming out of this timeout.
Both teams will make substitutions.
A moment now to see the stats for Hayward. Some last season stats for him. He was around 12 points a game, 3 assists and 3 rebounds. And every team wants a scorer to give them a lift off the bench, and that's just what he brings.
Well, he's instant offense. I mean, the game's momentum can be going one way, then bam, his scoring turns the tide.
Now here's Hayward. Clock at 6. Kicks it to Gobert. On its way from Clark for 2. Cans the shot from the wing. And the Timberwolves lead by 1.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
You know, nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
Okay, time now for an injury report. And let's get an update on DeAndre Ayton's injury. David, what's the news?
Thanks, Kevin. Well, I got some news from Toronto's head athletic trainer. He's got an injury to his elbow, specifically his elbow joint, and it looks like it's a pinched nerve. Now it's an unfortunate blow to them so early on in the season. We'll see how this team responds moving ahead. Kevin, back to you.
Well, thank you, David. Hopefully we'll see him very soon. Hayward can hit.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
Jake with it, defended by Hayward. Count it. And now it's a 3-point Toronto lead.
How about that move? Is this guy special or what? Just love watching him operate inside.
Clark finds Gobert. Clark against Barrett. No good from Clark.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
Horton Tucker with it, defended by Milton. And that one drops for him. And Tucker's got 8.
And so far in the second half, this has been a different kind of game than what we saw early on.
No question about it. I mean, these teams are really battling hard now.
Now here's Gobert. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Richards got 7 rebounds in the game. Well, Greg, I'm sure their coach is very pleased with their offensive flow right now.
I mean, it's harder than it looks to get it going like this. Now they just have to maintain it.
Here's Horton Tucker. Gobert with the defensive effort. Timberwolves trail by 5. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
The shot's good from Gordon Hayward.
This is just one other thing Hayward can do. He's a sneaky 6'7"-ish, and he's got the length to score inside.
Passes it to Richards. Back to Barrett. Knocked away.
2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. 2 minutes.
Milton wide open. He fires. Can't tie it up as that one misses. Raptors leading by 3. Jake with it. Now defended by Hayward.
Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches higher.
Well, and that's exactly how the game is played in the paint inside, guys. I mean, if you can play over the top, I think you've got a big advantage.
That's tipped. Clark outside. As he pulls it in. Toronto's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. And McDaniels with the block. Here's Clark. That one falls. Clark's got 4 points this quarter.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Horton Tucker, the pass to Richards. Here's Horton Tucker. He's got 8. Now, here's Barrett. And he banks in the layup. Barrett's got 10 points.
And he's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
Hayward dishes to Clark. As he pulls it in. He's got 7 rebounds in the game. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Hayward against Barrett. And no good that time. Hayward with some nice D. Timberwolves trail by 5. To the inside. McDaniels kicks to Hayward. From deep three-point land. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Raptors lead by 5. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, Clark is out there with Reed. Then there's Edwards. And it's Rudy Gobert. Now, here's Quickly. It's Edwards on the wing. Quickly covering. No good there with the step-back J. Raptors leading by 5. Here's Shepard. Outside Williams. There's the pass to Quickly. Floats it up for Williams. Quickly finds Williams. Oh, and the jam by Williams.
Yeah, hard trying to keep Williams off the boards. He makes it a mission to keep possessions alive.
A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Shoots from the elbow. Williams with the block. For 3, Edwards. He's now made half of those 10 shots in the game. That's his 5th basket.
Yeah, you know, once Edwards flips that switch, now he stays fully engaged. His offensive arsenal is on full display.
Quickly the pass to Williams. Over to the wing. Puts one up from 19. And that one off the back of the rim and in. And the Raptors lead by 6.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Pass to Reed. He kicks it to Clark. And Barnes sends it back. Pass to Quickly. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. And it's Shepard missing.
Well, he had 1 3-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with loose eggs.
And we all know how explosive Edwards can be, reminding us there with that thunderous slam.
Toronto calls timeout.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
Yeah, typically there's some type of adjustment made out of a timeout. It might be major, or it could be just a slight tweak.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin, able to listen in on what Darko Rajakovic was going over with his team. Now, they've been happy with the way the team is shooting. He reminded players to keep taking those threes, that they've had some clean looks. And when that three goes in, it's always a welcome sight. Guys?
Thank you, David. Now here's Williams. Reed with the block. Clark against Barnes. Clark dishes to Edwards. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Robert Williams. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Quickly covering, looking to get back on track here.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Oh, Ayton in position. That one doesn't go.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And, you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
Yeah, clutch play there. No reason to risk the jumper when you can get to the rack.
Yeah, you want to get those sure things down the stretch, and that close to the bucket, he is a sure thing.
They retain possession. And here is Clark to tie it up. Toronto grabs the miss. Raptors got his 4th rebound in this one.
Boy, just cannot buy a bucket, guys. I'll tell you what, that's a painful quarter for him, and it's painful for me to watch, too.
That one goes. Count it. And the Raptors lead by 4.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
Outside Edwards. Here's Reed. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
Here's Shepard. Quickly with it. Ayton in the high post. 4 on the clock. And here's Barnes for 3. Knocks down the 3-ball.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Oh, here's Edwards. Shoots from 12. Rebounded by DeAndre Ayton. Ayton's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Here's Shepard. Edwards defending. Shepard, the pass to Barnes. Over Edwards. And there are the Raptors with another bucket.
And you can just see he's a different player since coming back from halftime.
Quickly covering. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him.
They'll take that. I mean, but I think he still's got to find other ways to contribute, having missed 4 or 5 shots this quarter.
From the left block, rebounded by the Timberwolves. Gobert's got 15 rebounds here tonight. Outside Edwards. Passes it to Reed from past the arc. And another 3 for Minnesota.
And those are the types of shots down the stretch that win you ball game.
Toronto's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the 4th. Now, quickly. Now the pass to Shepard. Here's Williams. It's good. And the Raptors lead by 3.
You know, still a raw talent, but Williams does have a reliable inside game that continues to get better.
Quickly covering. Here's Gobert. Count it, and the foul. That one on Ayton.
Gobert so good around the rim. Had that shot back before the defense could do anything with it.
So both teams changing it up here.
Rudy Gobert at the line for 1.
One shot.
And it's tied up with that one.
You know, he gets there so often. Gobert would like to make these at a higher clip.
Now, here's Barrett. The 11-footer. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Garrett covering. They get a hand on it. Gobert, the pass to Reed. Timberwolves passing it around. Clark for three. It's rebounded by Dick. Dick's got 4 rebounds in this game. Wants to get it to Barrett and does. The shot's good.
This is a fantastic performance in this half. He didn't play as well in the first, but you just know with this guy, he's always ready to turn it around.
Minnesota calls timeout. Our New Balance player of the game, Robert Williams.
And tell you what, he's worked very hard to get himself in good position throughout the course of this game. And that comes across in his shooting percentage. He's hit over half his shots from the field. And that's not because he got hot as much as it's because of the effort he put in to get himself open.
Back to Reed. Dishes it to Edwards. No good on that one. Nice D from Barrett. Pass to Quickly. Ayton with it. Oh, Ayton in position. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Yeah, just proving how fast he can heat up. Once Ayton finds that rhythm, he is going to work.
Mr. Gobert. Passes it to Edwards. Fires the three. In for his 7th make in 14 tries.
And he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
And the Raptors call time here.
Fans, you are 16.
Here's quickly. Barrett the pass to Williams. And it's Barrett penetrating. Edwards with the block.
And you see Edwards trying to do this more, impose his will at the defensive end. Good job defensively that time.
And the pass to Reed. Inside. And slam dunk by Gobert.
Gobert calling for the ball in moments like these. Big-time games under his belt.
Pass to Williams. And here is quickly. Offensive rebound. And the shot goes in. Williams has got 6 here in this quarter.
How about the confidence? It's just growing in this young man. Williams has that attitude of a go-to guy in these big moments, even though he's still picking up the nuance of the game. Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for the Raptors.
Well, throughout this game, they've been lighting it up from mid-range. I love seeing that. They've made that the focus of their offense, and it's really paid off.
And also, they took advantage of their quickness, got inside and blew through the open lanes. Great job of attacking the paint.
It's the first, and that ties the game up.
People are holding their breath a little, wondering if Edwards can take care of business here.
And Toronto making a change here. Barnes is checked in. And so both free throws good that time. That puts him ahead.
And he doesn't let the pressure get to him. Cool and confident from the line.
Edwards against Barrett. Faster quickly. Back to Barrett. Over Edwards. Barrett, no good.
Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
And it's Ayton with the rebound. Ayton's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Barnes kicks to quickly. Pass to Barrett. Over Edwards. And Barrett gets it to go. Barrett's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And coming through in a big way. You have to love Barrett there. Taking over down the stretch.
Seems like Edwards never stops competing and believing right until the final buzzer.
Barrett with the ball. There's the pass to quickly. The offensive rebound. Williams off target at the rim.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
It's in!
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game. Yes.
Count it! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
And, you know, that's what the scouts have always loved about Barrett. That alpha mentality and his ability to rise to the occasion.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And they had a foul to give, but you want to use it on the ground.
Yeah, I agree with you there, but at least they did get the clock stopped. It is the one saving grace in that situation.
Taking 2 shots.
The first one, and that will put them up by 2.
Hey, it's not easy to have all eyes on you in these moments, but you know what? Edwards, he's shown he can handle it. He can be the clutch guy.
And so he drops them both. It's a 3-point game.
Those were pressure-packed free throws, and he looked as cool as he could be. So big to give them that 3-point lead.
Toronto calls timeout. They're trailing by 3. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And if you can get a three, shoot it. Otherwise, get the quick two and a foul.
Either way, they got to score the ball.
Three seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Now Barrett over Edwards. And that one hits back iron. And the call will be against R.J. Barrett. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And you know what? Who knows? He misses at the strike. They're right there within range. You know, late game free throws are a lot different than early game free throws in terms of making.
And guys, this is where their depth really comes into play. They've got such talent at that position. They'd love to have him out there, but they won't suffer much of a drop-off.
And so both free throws are good, and it's a 5-point game.
Those free throws are the nail in the coffin, guys.
Here's Horton Tucker. That three off the mark.
Having a hand up in your face makes such a difference to a shooter.
And, you know, he's a guy who knows how to defend the three-point shot. He's not going to just give it to you. He's going to make you earn it.
And so Minnesota takes the win. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And, Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed just what a tough-minded group they can be.
And that about wraps it up. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.